Oh, what's good, y'all? This that Zook you heard. Like I said, I'm back on this joint full time now. I took a little time off because I had shit to do, like I told y'all yesterday. But I hope everybody's having a good weekend and shit. You already know. It's hot out, and I know Coleman's is popping, so I hear anyway. What to talk about today? Oh, one thing I want to talk about is LeBron. Um, a lot of my friends on Facebook think I really hate this nigga. I don't hate LeBron. He's great. He honestly is the best player in the world. He's doing crazy shit, but I don't know. He's a crybaby when he don't get his own way. I think the hype went to his head, which it does to any player, any athlete that's nice like that. But I think it went a little bit too far to his head. Like he's not doing great shit. He's great. He's done shit great, I guess you can say, in the past, but lately he's just been a bitch. Like he's bitching about dumb shit. Like he don't get a call, he's bitching. He don't do this right, he's bitching. He's on the bench bitching. He's fighting with his coach. It's just little shit. Like I do like LeBron. I like his game. He's a beast, but his attitude sucks. Only thing I'm gonna say about LeBron. Okay, another thing. I hear the other day a Brinks truck over at the Wise Markets, the back opened up and money fell out, and um, the cops are trying to find out where the money's at and trying to go in the video to find out if they can see who took the money because people were hopping out of cars, grabbing the money, whatever else. Honestly, if I would have been there and I would have grabbed money too, as would anybody else on my Facebook would have grabbed money. I don't care what anybody says. A Brinks truck drives past you and the door opens up and money just flies out. And I heard it was big bills too, and it just flies out. I don't care who you are. You're gonna grab that money and you're not gonna give it back. I don't care what anybody says. You can say, "Oh no, I would have took it back to the police station and I would have gave the money back because the police are looking for this money." None of y'all would have gave that bread back, especially if y'all would have had like a rack or something stuffed in your hand, and that's a come up. That's the Brinks truck driver's fault. He should have made sure the shit was secure, and everything should have been secure. It wasn't. The door opened up, the shit fell out. Another thing though, I think it might have been under, some setup shit because last time I checked on a Brinks truck, that shit be secure as shit. Like the money bags have a lock on them themselves. Plus they have the die pack on the lock. So if you would come across a full money bag and you would go to try to open it, that die pack's blowing up in your face and you're gonna turn blue or whatever color it is. Plus all the money in there is gonna turn the color that it blew up at. So, and the die pack didn't go off and the money bag wasn't locked or whatever. Like I didn't know they just ride around in Brinks trucks with the money just open, like so you can look down in the bag and see the money. I don't think they do that. So I think it might have been a setup, honestly, which is fine. Niggas is trying to get a come up, but they messed it up. They didn't lock the door in the back right or whatever, and the nigga took off and the money fell out. So honestly, I don't even think they should be trying to search for the money. We live in Lebanon, y'all. This is Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Niggas is greedy out here. Niggas is hungry out here. A group of niggas find some money, they're keeping that money. They're not giving it back. They also said, "Oh, well, we know the serial numbers on the money and all that." Well, yeah, of course you know the serial numbers on the money, but it's not that hard to flip a couple bills, like go to the strip club, flip it, go buy some shit, flip it, whatever. And then all of a sudden the money, the serial numbers are all through wherever. You know what I mean? Like you go to the store and you give them money, and you give them $100 bill and they swipe it and it comes up that it's a legit $100 bill. They're not gonna read the serial number on the $100 bill and then be like, "Oh no, this was from that Brinks truck over by Wise Markets. You can't use this money." No, they're gonna take the $100 bill, they go put it in the register, they go give you your change, and you go walk out. Simple as that. So that whole Brinks truck thing, I just think is, I don't know. I just think they should just chalk it up as a loss and step on. The boys should get fired. Whoever else was in the Brinks truck should get fired because they definitely need to make sure that money's secure because, I mean, they taking that to the bank. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. I just don't get it. Another thing. Let me think. Let's talk here. What y'all want to hear? Um, I see a lot of, it's a lot of people out there on Facebook that like to just run their mouth, but they don't want to step up to the plate when people call them out, which is just bitch shit. If you're gonna run your mouth throughout Facebook, throughout town, to other people or whatever, first of all, if you run your mouth to other people, not even in just Lebanon, everywhere, but in especially Lebanon, if you run your mouth to people, the person you're talking shit about is gonna find out, because Lebanon ain't nothing but a bunch of mouths running. So you might as well just tag the nigga or whatever, tag the bitch or whatever, get the one-on-one, fight, and be done with it at the end of the day. But, you know, people like to talk shit, whatever, hype it up, go on Facebook, run their mouth, whatever. And I can understand people that, you know, people are talking shit about them and they put up a status on the book or whatever, like, hey, you, la la la, you want to talk shit, come see me. Can't tag the person, they blocked me or whatever. So find one of your peoples that are still friends with the person and have them tagged in the status so that y'all can get it popping on Facebook and then y'all can meet, like, for real. I just think it's whatever. If you want to talk shit, shoot the one. That's it. Don't talk shit and then run, or don't talk shit and threaten to call probation on the person because they're on probation, or don't talk shit and use probation as a means to get out of whatever you're talking shit about. Like, oh no, I'm not gonna fight you because I'm on probation. That's just bullshit. Fight the person. You're talking shit, fight the person. Who cares? If you get your ass beat, you get your ass beat. If you beat their ass, then you just proved your point and you call it a day. Whatever. But I mean, and back in the day, that's how it was. But nowadays, niggas and bitches like to talk all this shit on the book or to other people, but then when they get confronted about it or they get tagged on it or some shit, they want to pull the, I didn't say that, or I'm on probation, I'm not fighting, or whatever the case may be. It's bullshit. Man up, bitch up, girl up, woman up, whatever you want to call it, lady up, and shoot the one. It's easy. You just shoot, fight. Fuck it. Another thing out here, support your local artists, for real. Support your local artists because the niggas is out here working. I'm not saying every single person that puts a freestyle up on Facebook or puts a freestyle up on the YouTube or whatever is nice. I'm not saying that, or that they deserve a record deal or whatever else. I'm just saying, support your local artists. They're trying to make it out of here, or they're trying to do some shit with their lives and shit. Yeah, it might not be the whatever. It's not even, it might not be the right way to make money or whatever. It is definitely a way to make money. If you got bars and you know your beats are hot and you're popping, keep it up. Keep doing your shit. Keep going. All the young boys out there that are rapping and shit, keep doing it. Some of y'all shit is fire. Like, I share your shit. Y'all shit is fire. I like it. And the older niggas my age and shit that be doing it, Goody, Quinny, Stacks, all y'all niggas, Nova, all y'all niggas be doing it. Jay, I see you, all y'all boys be doing it. I mean, y'all just keep making tracks. I like it. I fucks with it. It bumps in my car, you already know, so. All y'all other niggas that got some shit out there or whatever, I didn't hear y'all shit, send it to me, because I'm going to play it in my car. If it's hot, I'm going to play it. And y'all already know, y'all hear Zook shit from mad far down the block, so the whole block's going to hear what I'm bumping. Another thing, if you're gonna be out here selling drugs and shit, this is my opinion. There's no point to sell weed out here. There ain't no money into making that and getting that bud unless you're selling weight. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just feel like in Lebanon it's too small of a town to bust dimes and licks. That's how you go get caught. Another thing, niggas be busting dimes and licks, not even just bud, other shit out of their crib. Like, man, I don't know. I would never bust out of my crib, just for the simple fact that as soon as your one fiend gets clipped up, they go take the boys right to your crib. I'm telling you, they're gonna take the boys right to your crib and you're gonna get clipped up for everything you got. So, mutual spots. Meet at mutual spots or whatever else. Like, don't bust out your crib, and especially don't bust out your crib if you got kids in your crib. That's just retarded. That's all kinds of charges right there. And say your kids get into the pills or some shit when you're not paying attention or you're doing whatever else. and they die, then you're really in some shit. Like, you're in hot ass water. Then I wouldn't even want to. I couldn't even imagine that shit because you didn't put your stash in the right spot, or you're busting licks and your kids see where you're grabbing shit from or whatever else, and they want to be like daddy or they want to be like mommy, and they go over and grab some of those pills or whatever the case may be and try it because it's cool, quote unquote cool, and then they dead. You know what I mean? Like, just people need to realize, like, you got to be careful when you do some shit like that. It's not for everybody. Let's put it that way. It's definitely not for everybody. Most of these niggas out here need to get a 9 to 5 because selling is not your strong suit at all. What's today? Saturday night. Can't say Vinny's is popping. You already know. You got to go somewhere else. Niggas will probably be at the Sam because that's the only spot, really. Something I really want to talk about is this boy that's about to get out of jail early because for raping a bitch, or whatever, she was unconscious and he's fucking her, or whatever the case may be. That's all privileged shit. Yeah, he's white. It's because he's white. I don't care what anybody says. It's because he's white. The judge was racist. Or, yeah, he was racist. That's the only case it is. He's privileged. He's from an upper class household where everything's handed to him from birth. He has a pacifier in his mouth from birth. Pretty much sucking on mommy's nipple since birth, and he's still sucking on mommy's nipple because she got him out of all kinds of shit. I just feel like it's definitely not equal rights out here. I don't care what anybody says. It'll never be equal rights because if you catch a minority, not even a black person, but a minority doing, let's just say they did the same shit. They doing their full bid. I don't care what anybody says. They're doing the full bid. Or say you catch a brother on the street selling dimes and nicks or whatever, even some eighths and shit, gets clipped by the boys, and all he has on him is like an eighth. He's going down for a delivery charge, a possession charge, over a certain amount charge, everything. He's getting crazy amount of charges, and then he's gonna sit in the can for what? 2 years, maybe 3 years. But rich white boy across town done raped a girl when she was unconscious, and he ain't doing nothing but 3 months. 3 months is a PV, is a probation violation. That's what you do after you get caught a few times on probation. Not even the first time or the second time, but a few times on probation. Then you'll do the 3 months. So how does that work? Okay, I violated probation, say hot piss, or I violated curfew, versus at a party, bitch is passed out, dude's fucking her when she's passed out, raping, which is a rape. How is that equal? I want to know, how is that equal as an equal charge? It's not. It's not at all. In any way, shape, or form is it an equal charge. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you say. What I'm saying is right. It's not equal. It's not real. It's bullshit. At the end of the day, the family probably paid the judge off like, hey, here's 100 racks. Make sure my son don't do no more than 6 months. You know what I mean? In a protective cell where he ain't gonna get touched by no one. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. It's ridiculous. And I can't say niggas ain't did the same shit and got away with it. I mean, OJ killed his wife. We already know he killed his wife. Wrote a book about it. It's whatever. Bill Cosby probably did fuck the bitch when she was passed out. Gave her some cocktail joint to knock her out, and he probably did fuck her. Whatever. It's all about money. That's how this world runs. That's how the money makes the world go around, regardless of what anybody says. Money makes you happy. Money brings happiness. People say money doesn't buy happiness. Money definitely buys happiness, because if I had mad money, and I bought a Ferrari, I'd be happy. I wouldn't give a fuck what anybody says. I'd be happy. But it's just crazy how society works. How people who are privileged and get what they want to turn around and be like, oh no, well we're not privileged and we don't get what we want, but at the end of the day they really do get what they want. 100% of the time. If you have money, you can get out of pretty much anything. You can get out of pretty much anything you want. If you have a name in the community wherever you're from, a high up name, you can get whatever you want. And this goes the whole way back to when we were in high school. Basketball. Middle school basketball at that. We had people trying out. Poppy boys was trying out that were nice at ball. But they didn't make the team because their parents weren't on the school board, or their parents didn't know the athletic director personally, or the school board personally, or just because the name in general is throughout the county personal, whatever. They didn't make the team because of that. That's bullshit. That's not how nothing should work. It should not go off of who your parents are or how much money you have. If you can play ball, you should make the team. That's it. And that's for any sport, not just basketball. That's just my experiences with it. I've seen it happen throughout middle school. Even into high school, I've seen that shit happen. How it's just your last name, the last name pretty much made the team for these niggas. Like, some of these niggas were horrible, and they would still play minutes over the nigga at the end of the bench that would be at the park every day playing ball, was nice at ball, could shoot, could score, kept his grades up, and understood the fucking, like, the plays and shit in the game and shit, and listened to coach. Still sat at the end of the bench every game, didn't play nothing. That's bullshit, and that's how the world is now, and it's not gonna get any better. It's just gonna get worse when we get this new president. God knows what's gonna happen when we get this new president, because I already know shit's just gonna go downhill. And for all those people that think, like, if say Trump does win the presidency, he really wants to build this wall to keep Mexicans out. And I kind of researched that shit a little bit. If he would actually build this wall to keep people out of America, it would take every single concrete company in the United States to stop all production and solely focus on making concrete for this wall to actually go into effect. It would be 3 times amount of the concrete as the Hoover Dam. If y'all don't know what the Hoover Dam is, look it up and see how big that motherfucker is and see how much concrete they used on that motherfucker. It's not going to happen. He's not going to build a wall. God, he's probably not even going to be president. We're probably going to have that dumb bitch Hillary. But, if some shit would happen and he would become president, there's not going to be a wall. I don't care. He might be able to do some other shit, but there's definitely not going to be a wall. Because he doesn't have, it's not logical at all to have every concrete company in the United States. That's every single concrete company from Pennsy Supply to every little no-named company would have to stop everything they're doing, working on jobs, working on construction sites, all that shit, and just send all their concrete to the border for this wall to be erected and to go into effect. That's not logical. That's not going to happen. I don't care what anybody says. That's not going to happen. And if it does happen, I'm leaving the United States, because that's just ridiculous. I don't care what anybody says. That's ridiculous. Salvy's in full swing now. Tuesdays and Thursday games at Walnut Street Park. So if y'all niggas don't got nothing to do, come check it out. It's popping. I mean, it's basketball. You already know. The ref situation could be a little better, but I can't hate it. We still get to play the game, and that's what's up. There ain't nothing much else to talk about. I hope everybody has a good rest of their weekend. Don't get in trouble. Don't get locked up. Don't kill nobody. Don't get shot. Talk shit, back it up. Talk shit, throw the ones. That's it. But yeah, it's that Zook joint, and I got shit to do, so Zook's out, you heard?